yoga class. I truly appreciate you being here. There's Phil's bridge. Hi, Phil. We are going to be using blocks today. I hope you have some. If not, well, you can use a chair. Any kind of a chair is good, but if you have some sort of a sturdy chair like this, a folding metal chair, that will substitute for blocks. But if you have the blocks, use your blocks. So by now, if you've been with me in class, you are very aware of the myriad of health benefits of proper breathing being slow nose breathing, science-based breath. This could take an hour, but I'm going to touch the tip of the iceberg here, so it'll be a quick lesson. Pranayama, as you know, is controlled breathing exercises. It's the ancient fourth limb of yoga. Prana is a Sanskrit word that has many translations, but really one meaning. Prana transliterates into life force, energy, and breath, but all mean the same thing because life is energy and breath is life. So there are 5 forms of prana that control the subtle energies in your body. Today, we're going to focus on the 5th one called Udana Prana. Udana Prana is your expressive breath. It cultivates your self-awareness, self-esteem, and strengthens your ability to articulate and know who you are and who you want to be. And in order to practice Udana Prana, we need to tune within ourselves into our own body and our mind. Pratyahara, which is the 5th limb of the 8 limbs of yoga, is the withdrawal of the senses. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to practice Pratyahara in order to practice Udana Prana. So one way to do Udana Prana is called Shanmukhi. It's translated into 6 face. There are 6 gateways to the external world on your face, and that's why this is called Shanmukhi. 2 eyes, 2 ears, your nose, and your mouth. So we're going to close off the external world. Now, there's an elaborate hand gesture that you can use to do that, but we're just going to make it simple today. You want to take your fingers and just close off your ear flaps so that you can't hear, except for you can hear your own breath. And then close your eyes so you're closing off the world with your eyes. And then keep your mouth closed as you breathe deeply through your nose, and you're going to hear your breath. So concentrate on the sound of your breath within you. Listen to what your breath sounds like. Focus on what you hear for the next few moments, and you might hear your breath changing as you concentrate on it. Deeply through your nose, slow, big, even breaths in and out of your nose with the world closed out and tuning within your body. Okay, please remove your fingers from your ears. Bring your breathing back to normal. Open your eyes, and I shall greet you with my opening chant. Om Balu Satkaru Bhagavan Ki. The divine is the inner teacher. Again, thank you for being here. Please sit in a tall, cross-legged position with your spine nice and long. You can sit on a bolster if you like here. to elevate your hips. It's always better to have your hips above your knees when you sit cross-legged. Take your hands in front of your chest into prayer position. Inhale as you push your fingertips up toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring your arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. So now you'll take your left hand onto the outside of your right side. Your right hand will be parked behind you on the mat. You're using your right hand to keep your spine vertical as it twists upward. 3 big breaths here. 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale, and then as you inhale, number 4, bring your arms forward and back up beside your ears. Inhale, push up with your fingertips. Exhale, bring your right hand beside your right hip. Left arm comes beside your left ear, and you're going to reach your left fingertips to the right side of your body. Now make sure you keep your shoulder up and don't allow your shoulder to come forward. And also make sure that your left sit bone stays firmly down. Don't allow it to lift. 3 breaths here. 1. Inhale, 2. Inhale, 3. And then this time as you inhale, you're going to push into your right hand. Bring your hands all the way back up above your head. Take a deep breath as you reach up with your fingertips. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. This side, this time the right hand's coming to the outside of the left leg. Your left hand is behind you. Your spine is vertical, coiling upward. Crown of your head reaching for the heavens. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. As you bring your arms back up, reach forward all the way back up to the ceiling. Reach up with your fingertips. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Left hand comes down beside the left hip. Right arm beside the ear. Reach for the left. Feel your right ribs open. Make sure your right sit bone stays down. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. And this time as you inhale, push into your left hand and bring both hands up overhead. Bring your palms together. Reach up with your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, bring your palms down in front of your face, all the way down to your heart center, back to Anjali Mudra. And then please hop off of your bolsters if you are on one, or blanket. Sit cross, come with your feet, bent knees in front of you. Feet are about hip width distance apart, or maybe a little wider than hip width distance apart toward the edges of your mat. And then bring your hands behind you just to prop yourself up. You can point your fingers out in a diagonal behind you, which is the most comfortable position for most people here. And then we're going to take our knees and allow the knees to fall to the right as your left hip comes off the mat in a seated twist. And then come back to center. And then allow your knees to fall to the left. So your right hip is off the mat. And then back to center. Okay, once again, allow your knees to fall to the right. And now you're going to prop yourself up and bring your hand to the right side of your body. And I'm going to turn my body so you can see what I'm doing here. So here we are now. And then you're going to continue walking your hands to the right. And you're going to twist your left hip forward and then maybe come on down to your forearms. So your foot is, your heel is above your left knee. Your right heel is above your left knee as you do this twist. This is called a deer pose. And if you're comfortable here, you can come all the way down, bring your head down to your hands. It's a wonderful twist into your body. And take several breaths here. and then push up into your hands. And then walk your hands back up, right. Bring your feet back in front of you. And then now, again, your feet are mat width apart as you let your knees fall to the left. Your right hip is going to come all the way up. Your hands are going to be on the left side of your body. And then you're going to walk your hands around. Keep walking to the left until your chest is facing the mat. And then allow your body to slowly drift down onto your forearms or all the way down where your head can hit the mat. So again, here your left heel is above your right thigh. And then slowly push up. And then please come all the way on to your backs with your knees bent. Then bring your arms into a T. Push into your feet and lift your hips and shift them to the left about an inch or two. And then let your knees fall to the right. So your left hip is now all the way up off the mat. Now, take your left hand and bring it up to the ceiling, point to the ceiling and bring it over your body and then bring it down to meet your right hand. So like you're clapping. So now you're on your right shoulder and your knees are bent to the right. Inhale as you take your left arm now, swing it up to above your head. So your palm's facing down, you're swinging your left arm above your head. You're going to flip your palm up when you get right above your head and then continue swinging your arm down the left side of your body until you end up in your T position with your arms like we started. Okay, so we'll do that again. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to swing your left arm over your body toward the ceiling and then bring it down to meet your right hand. This is a big shoulder opener. And then inhale as you drag your left arm over your head on the floor. Flip the palm up and then keep on dragging your arm all the way back till it lands in a T like we started. And once more, take a deep breath. Exhale, bring your arm over the body. Touch your right hand. And now inhale as you bring your left hand, drag your fingers up over your head. And then flip the palm up when it's over your head. And then continue bringing the arm down back to a T. And now bring your knees back to center. Push into your heels and shift your bottom so that it's back in the center. And then push into your feet and lift your bottom and shift it slightly to the right, about 1 or 2 inches. And then allow your knees to fall to the left. So your right hip is now way off the mat and keep your shoulders flat right now. Both shoulders and your arms are in a T. So now your right arm is going to come over your body toward the ceiling and the right palm is going to hit your left palm. So you're going to roll all the way onto your left shoulder and onto your left hip. Then you're going to drag your right hand on the mat above your head, fingers down until you get right above your head, and then you flip your palm up as you continue dragging your hand down to the right side of your body till you end up in a T position again. Your knees are still to the left and your right hip is still off the mat. Inhale, exhale, right arm comes over your body toward the ceiling, meeting your left hand, rolling onto your left hip and shoulder. Inhale as you drag your fingertips over your head, flip the palm up when you're above your head. Keep on rolling or dragging your arm till it lands on the right side of your body in a T. Your knees are still to the left. Your right hip is still lifted. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right arm over your body toward the ceiling, palm to palm. Inhale as you drag your right hand up over your head, flip the palm up, and then keep dragging the arm till you get to a T position on the right side of your body where we started. And now bring your knees back to center. Push into your feet to bring your bottom back to center. And then bring both knees towards your chest and hug both knees into your chest. Okay, from here, keep your knees bent, place the soles of your feet on the mat. Take your fingers, lace your fingers, and let your head rest into your hands. So your elbows are out to your side. So this is going to be a bit of core work here. So remember, when you engage your abdominal muscles, you want to tilt your pelvis so that your lower back pushes into the mat. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. So now we're going to bring our knees up toward our chest. And this is where your lower back is pushed into the mat. And now we're going to lift our head and our shoulders off the mat. Now you're not pulling your head with your hands at all. You're just letting your head rest in your hands so that you're not using your neck muscles too much. And then you're going to straighten your legs. Keep your lower back pushed into the mat. Straighten your legs into this low boat. Remember, you're not pulling on your head. Take a deep breath and then rebend the knees toward your chest and then bring your head back down to the mat. Release your lower back. So now you're starting here now with a little bit of space in your lower back, and then we're going to repeat this exercise. Inhale. Exhale, push your back into the mat, tuck your chin, reach up with your head and your shoulders, and then extend your legs as you keep on pushing your back into the mat. This is really engaging your core belly muscles. Take a deep breath here. And then as you exhale, bring your knees back in and then slowly lower your spine all the way back down. And then re-neutralize your spine. You'll have a little bit of air underneath your lumbar right now as we take this little break. And then we'll go one more time. Inhale. Exhale as you push your back into the mat, tuck your chin, lift your head and shoulders. Don't pull on your neck with your hands. Lengthen your legs long, maybe eyeball height. Keep pushing your back into the mat so you really feel your belly muscles engage. Your head is just resting in your fingertips. Take a deep breath. And then as you exhale, bring your knees back in. Bring your head back down. And then take your arms, hug your knees back into your chest. And roll around on your spine to release it. And then please roll onto one side and come into your table position, patting your knees accordingly as needed here to make them happy. And then from the table position, I'm going sideways so that you can see. We're going to do our greasing of the hinges. So take a deep breath. Exhale, bring your bottom down towards your heels. This is what I call greasing the hinges because we're greasing our hips and our shoulder joints and our wrist joints. And then pop all the way back up to table as you inhale. Exhale once again, dropping your hips back. You're greasing your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your wrists, and then pop back to table. Inhale, exhale once more. Sit back toward your heels slowly. And then pat back up to table. From table position, take a deep breath with a flat back. And then as you exhale, push into your cat back. Tuck in your chin, tuck in your tailbone, arching your back toward the ceiling. Push the mat away to feel your shoulders separate on your back and feel every vertebra open. Inhale slowly through your nose as you drop your belly down, extending your spine long, crown of the head forward, tailbone back into our cow pose, Uttanasana. And then exhale again, back into cat, slowly feeling your spine, flex, tailbone down, head down, push the mat away with your hands to feel your shoulder blades. And then inhale as you drop your belly down into a hammock back, extending the spine, crown of the head forward, tailbone back into our cow pose, Uttanasana, and then come back to your table pose. Tuck your toes under And then push into your downward facing dog. And once in your dog, pay attention to where your hands are. Make sure your hands are about shoulder width apart. The middle finger is pointing to the short edge of your mat. Squeeze your forearms toward each other to feel your deltoids move outward on your upper shoulders. Push weight into every fingertip, and the knuckles also will bear weight here in your palm, the base of your palm. Bend your knees so your spine gets nice and long. Think about it, long spine from the top of your head to your tailbone. Your chest and your head is just melting between your arms. Your feet are about hip width distance apart. Squeeze your thighs, roll them inward slightly as if you were squeezing a ball. And then bend your knees, walk up to your hands. And then from here, slowly rise up, one vertebra at a time, very slowly. And then inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Urdhva Hastasana, exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Okay, if you have blocks, please grab blocks handy in front of you. You may or may not want to use them. And then come to Tadasana, mountain pose, which is where your hips are directly over your ankles. Your feet are hip width apart. Make sure your shoulders are down from your ears, your chest is forward, and your head is right on top of the shoulders. Tendency is to jut your chin forward. Make sure your head stays right on top of the shoulders here. Palms slightly facing forward. Rotate your thighs inward to activate your leg muscles. Pull your belly in to activate your abdominal muscles. And your chest is nice and open as you breathe here, a couple of breaths in Tadasana. Okay, take your right foot and cross it over to the left side of your left foot. Okay, now this is where your blocks may come in handy. We're going to reach up with our arms. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees as much as you can and come down to the mat or to your block in front of you. So this is a bent knee, a cross-legged forward fold. It's not easy, so don't think it is. And then slowly roll back up, one vertebra at a time. And then inhale up with your arms and bring your palms together. Push up with your fingertips, exhale as you crescent now to the left. Again, this is not easy. It takes a little bit of balance and core work. So focus on something to keep your balance. And then come on back to center. Bring your hands to a T. Uncross your legs. And then swing your arms in front of you. Sit in your chair pose. Take a deep breath here. Exhale as you swing your arms behind you. Bring your chest down toward your thighs, fingertips toward the ceiling, head down. And then inhale as you swing your arms back up in front of you into your chair pose. And then come all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Back to Anjali Mudra. And then back to Tadasana. Take your left foot, cross it over to the right side of your right foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're going to bend from our hip crease, keeping a long spine, reaching down, hands on the mat or block in front of you. Your knees are slightly bent, but they can't bend a whole lot in this position. And then very slowly rise back up. Inhale up. Exhale, bring your palms together. Inhale, push your fingertips up. Exhale, crescent over to the right. Inhale up, arms in a T. Uncross your legs. Bring your arms in front, sit into your chair. Inhale. Exhale, swing your arms behind, fingertips toward the ceiling as you straighten your legs to straight-ish but not locked. And then inhale, swing your arms back forward into chair. And then slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then pause in Tadasana. So tomorrow is a full moon or new moon. New moon. So we're gonna, is it a full moon or a new moon? Now I'm confused. It's either a full moon or a new moon, but whatever it is, we're going to do a moon salutation. But first, I want to do a sun salutation so you can see the difference. And there are all different movements in these salutations. These are the ones I particularly like the best. So a sun salutation is heated, just like the sun. Sun is a masculine force in your body, heated force, fast. So a sun salutation is usually done rather quickly. I'm not going to go as fast as some people do. And then we'll follow it by the cooler moon salutation, which is slow and cool, like the female energy in our body. All right. Starting in Tadasana, and use blocks here as needed in front of you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees forward, fold all the way down, hands either on blocks or on the mat. Inhale, halfway up, just lift your fingers off the mat, about halfway to your calves. And then exhale, bend your knees forward, fold all the way down. Inhale, exhale, step your right foot back into a high lunge. If you're using blocks, your hands will be on blocks here. Inhale, exhale, step your left foot back to a full plank. Wrists are underneath your shoulders. Tuck your belly, put weight into the heels. Inhale here. Exhale, now you can either put your knees down or just shift into upward facing dog, knees down or not. Upward facing down is where your chest is between your upper arms, your head is up, your neck is long, your chest is forward. Inhale, exhale, push to downward facing dog. Inhale as you lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale as you swing it up between your hands back to your high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, step up with your left foot. Inhale as you slowly rise up. Reach up, inhale. And then exhale, forward fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway up, bring your fingertips off the mat, straighten your back, and then exhale all the way back down, bend your knees. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot steps back into a high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, right foot steps back to plank. And you can either now, as we go into upward facing dog, uncurl your toes or keep your toes tucked and either put your knees down or not and swing your chest forward into upward facing dog. Make sure your shoulders are down from your ears. Your neck is nice and long and relaxed. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot up in the air behind you. Exhale, swing it up between your hands into your high lunge position. Inhale. Exhale, swing your right foot up. Step your right foot up and then slowly roll up. Inhale up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then back to Tadasana. So that was a full round of sun salutation, or one version of a sun salutation. And you see how that can be heated, and we do more than one round sometimes to get really warmed up. So now we're going to cool down with a moon salutation. Now you may not think it's as cool as I do, but you'll see. Take your blocks and turn your mat sideways first. Turn your mat sideways. The long ways. And then you'll have your blocks and put one on the back edge of either side of your mat. Now, we're going to be doing, this is a pose called a half moon pose. So if you want to use a chair here, bring your chair and just stick it on the top edge of your mat so that it doesn't slip. So all this is going to do is raise your block up higher height, and you'll see what I mean in a few moments. Most of you have done Ardha Chandrasana without the chair, so you'll be fine. But if you use the chair, make sure it doesn't slip. And then come to the middle of your mat in Tadasana. Okay, so this is slower movements here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, push your fingertips up. Exhale, crescent to the right. So this is a waxing crescent moon. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, bring your arms into a T, and then step your feet apart into your 5-pointed star. Your toes are pointed forward. The outside edges of your feet are parallel to the edges of your mat. Tailbone down, head on top of the shoulders. Inhale here. And then exhale as you come from your hip crease, bring your hands down to the mat. You can bend your knees here if you like. So we're going into our quarter moon phase here. This is like the pie between your legs. A slice of the pie is the quarter moon. And then we're going to plant the left hand in front of our face. And then we're going to lift our right arm and twist open to the right. And then the right arm comes down. Bend your knees, slowly come back up to your 5-pointed star. Pick up your toes of your right foot and pivot at 90 degrees so that it's facing the short edge of your mat. Pick up your left heel, scoot it back about 1 inch so your foot's slightly diagonal. Bend your right knee, come into warrior 2. Okay, so now we're going to go into the half moon phase, and it's called Ardha Chandrasana. This is actually the name of the pose, Ardha Chandrasana, which literally means half moon. So from here, we're going to reach down and either put our hand on the chair or take our block and walk it out diagonally to the little toe side of your right foot as you skip your left foot up and then lift your left foot off the ground. You look down for balance at first, and then if you want to turn your gaze, you can. Breathe here a couple of breaths. This is a very empowering pose. And then slowly scoot your block back so you can bring your foot down. Come back to warrior 2. And now you straighten the front leg. And we're going to be coming into a waxing gibbous. So we're going to rotate our arms to the right and come into triangle pose. So this is like a 3/4 moon. You see 3 triangles here, 3/4. So one's between your legs, one's between your right arm and your thigh, and the other one's between your left arm and your heel. Triangle pose. Keep the shoulder up, keep your arms straight in a straight line. Pull up with your fingertips so that you can come back to arms in a T. Pivot your feet forward, back to your 5-pointed star. Bend your elbows, bring your hands into goalposts, and walk your feet in so that your heels are in and your toes are pointing outward, and sit down into your goddess pose. So tailbone goes down. This is our full moon. So now we'll begin the waning phase. So from the full moon, re-straighten back to 5-pointed star, move your heels out, toes pointed forward. The waning gibbous is taking your left toes, pointing it to the left, keep your legs straight, pick up your right heel a little bit, scoot it back, and then come into your triangle. Pull back up, and then come into warrior 2. Make sure you keep control of that front thigh. And then here we're going to reach over and down for our block to come into the half moon. So scoot your foot up, scoots the block out as a little bit of a diagonal so that you can lift your leg into our half moon. And then bring your foot back down, back to your warrior 2. Pivot feet forward, back to 5-pointed star. Bring your hands to your hips, fold forward from your hip crease. Bring your hands down to the mat in front of you. We're now in our waning quarter moon. Plant your right hand in front of your face. Twist your left arm open to the left. Inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Slowly rise back up. 5-pointed star. Bring your hands above your head. Walk your feet together. Inhale, push up with your fingertips. Exhale, waning crescent to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring your palms down in front of your face to your chest, back to our new moon. And then release. Tadasana. So that was one version of our moon salutation. Face the short edge of your mat. Come up to the short edge. Inhale, reach up with your fingertips. Exhale, bend your knees forward, fold all the way down, hands to the mat. Inhale, bring your hands to your thighs, straighten your legs, flatten your back, stretch your spine long, crown of your head forward, tailbone back. And then exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands all the way back down. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bring your knees down to the mat. And then sit back to child pose for a couple of breaths here. You can rest your head on the mat or your hands or your bolster. Or you may choose to bring your arms by your sides, palms facing up. And we'll pause here for a couple of breaths. And then please very slowly rise up. And then come onto your backs once again. Knees bent, soles of your feet flat on the mat. Take your right ankle, bend your right knee and place your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Keep the foot flexed. And now take your right hand and push your right thigh away from your body so you're opening that hip. Now take your hands and take your right hand between your legs. Your left hand is on the outside of the left leg. Lift your left foot up so that you can grab behind your left thigh. With your hands, you can lace your fingers behind your thigh, and then pull your left thigh toward your body, and your right elbow will push the right thigh away. Make sure your head stays down on the mat, and make sure your neck stays relaxed. And then keep pulling the thigh in as you're pushing the other leg away. And now straighten your left leg so that's pointed toward the ceiling. Keep the foot flexed, both feet are flexed. Now, unclasp your hands, bring your arms to a T, but keep your legs where they are. And then roll over onto your left hip. And so your left foot is going to go long on the mat, and your right foot is going to hit the mat on the outside of your left thigh. So left leg is long on the mat, right knee is bent with the right foot planted. above the left thigh, arms in a T. Turn your head slowly to look over your right hand. You bring your head back to center. Now, bring your legs back up to where they were. So you're back into your number 4 pose. Your left leg is pointed to the ceiling and your right ankle is still over the left thigh. Now bend your left knee and scoot your right leg over toward your left so that your knee comes on top of knee. So this is like a typewriter, if anybody remembers what that is. So now you're sitting on an upside down chair, knee over knee. And if you would like, either stay here or hook your right ankle behind your right foot behind your left ankle into your eagle legs. And then either way, whether you have eagle legs or just crossed knees, bring your feet back down to the mat. And now we'll roll onto our left hip with our knees on top of each other or in eagle legs. Shoulders are flat down, palms facing up, arms in a T. Turn your head to look to the right. And then bring your knees back to center. Unravel your legs out of eagle and bend your knees, soles of the feet flat on the mat. Take your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Left hand pushes left thigh away to open the hip. Thread your arms through so your left arm goes between your legs. Lift your right foot so that your right hand can go on the outside of the right thigh and grab behind your right thigh with laced fingers. Relax your neck back down and keeping both knees bent, flexing the feet. You're taking your left elbow, pushing your left thigh away as you pull your right one toward your chest. And a reclined pigeon. Straighten the right leg, flex the foot, push it up toward the ceiling, keep pulling the thigh in toward your body, like a number 4 pose. Now unclasp your thigh, bring your arms into a T, keep your ankle crossed as you bring your leg down, and then you're gonna roll onto your right hip, and your left foot is gonna plant on the outside of your top side of your right thigh. Your shoulders are flat on the mat, and then turn your head to look over your left hand. Okay, shift your back to center, bring your legs back up to the number 4 pose that we were in a moment ago. And then bend the right knee. Typewriter, your left knee over to the right so that it's knee on top of knee. And then take your, if you want to wrap into eagle, your left foot is going to wrap behind your right ankle. And either way, you're going to bring your feet back down to the mat. And then allow your knees to fall to the right, look to the left. Knees come back to center. Unwind everything. Lengthen your legs long on the mat. Bring your arms overhead, palms facing up, full body stretch. Couple of deep breaths here as you push your fingers upward, your feet push downward. Now bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest. And now open your knees wide and bring the soles of your feet together, and then take your hands and grab your shins or your ankles. So this is a Baddha Konasana, upside down bound angle pose. Soles of your feet together, your elbows are pushing your thighs away as your hands are pulling your ankles or your shins in toward your body. Now, keep your hands where they are, except just slide them down to your feet and grab the outside edge of each foot with each hand. And then you're going to lift the soles of your feet to the ceiling, keeping the knees bent. And then spread your legs open a little bit wider as you pull your feet as if they were coming down towards your ears to open your hips even more in this happy baby pose, this happy baby. And slowly bring the soles of your feet back together. And then bring your feet back down to the mat. One more full body stretch, arms overhead. Palms facing up. Inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee into your chest, and then take your hands and grab your right shin, and then pull your knee more into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, roll your head and shoulders off the mat, tuck your chin, bring your nose to the knee. And then very slowly roll back down. And then release the leg back long on the mat, arms overhead, full body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left knee into the chest, grab your left shin, and then pull that knee even closer, tighter into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, lift your head, tuck your chin, roll your spine up, bring your nose to the knee. And then very slowly roll back down. Release your leg back long on the mat, arms overhead, palms facing up. Inhale. Exhale, bend both knees, hug both knees into your chest. Lace your fingers so you get a good tight hold of those knees and just pull them into your chest, but keep your head and neck relaxed for a moment here. This is called Pavanmuktasana, translated into wind relieving pose. You can guess why. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your head up, tuck your chin, roll your spine up, and bring your nose towards your knees. And then slowly curl your spine back down. Bring your feet back down to the mat. One more full body stretch. And then roll over onto one side and then come back to seated. If you're using a bolster for your seated postures, please get on your bolster here. And then we did Baddha Konasana reclined. We're going to do it now upright. So have your soles of your feet together in front of you, and you want to tilt your pelvis forward so that your back is nice and long. So sitting up on a bolster always helps you do that, or even on a rolled up blanket or on your block. And then grab your ankles and pull your feet towards your groin area. And then allow your knees to drop out to the side. So all the while you want to make sure you're tilting your pelvis forward, which means you have a little arch in your lower back. And then if you want to grab your feet and kind of open them so that the soles are pointing up like pages of a book. some people like that, some people don't. And gravity is allowing your groin to open with your knees pointing outward. Okay, take your hands to the outside of your thighs. Slowly bring your knees back together. Round your spine, hug both knees into the chest, into the seated wind releasing pose. And then come back up and extend your legs long in front of you. One last spinal twist. Spinal twists are the best thing you can do for your posture and strength of your back. Bend your right knee and put your right foot on the outside of your left leg. Now you have a choice here to keep your left leg extended or roll it, bend it, and roll the foot to the outside of the hip here. But if you do this, make sure both sit bones can stay firmly on the mat or the bolster and your foot stays firm on the mat. And then take your left arm, hug your right knee into the chest. Inhale, right arm comes forward. Exhale, twist open, plant your right hand behind you on the mat, and you use your left arm as leverage to twist and your right hand as a kickstand to keep your spine long. Keep coiling upward, relax in this twist. If you feel good here and you want to move your left elbow to the outside of the thigh, go ahead and do that. And then breathe several deep breaths here. Inhale, exhale, bring your head over and then your shoulders and then your chest. And then keep on spinning your body. Plant your hands on the left side of your body and come onto your left hip and move your chest over so it's facing down left side of your body for the counter twist. And then sit back up, unwind your legs, extend back forward, bend your left knee, put the left foot on the outside of the right leg. Again, option here is to keep your right leg extended or bend the knee and bring it over toward your left hip. And in doing so, make sure both sit bones are firmly down and that your foot is flat on the mat. Take your right arm and hug your left knee in toward your chest. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, twist your body to the left. Plant your left hand behind you, keeping your spine vertical while it's twisting. And then slowly move, if you'd like to move your elbow to the outside of the leg to enhance the twist a little bit more, go ahead and do that now. Inhale. Exhale as you bring your head around, shoulders, chest. Keep spinning, keep spinning, keep spinning. Plant your hands on the right side of your body. Lift your left hip, bring your chest toward the right side, and bow down in the counter twist. And then push back to seated. Unwind your body. And then please come onto your backs for one last time into Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. So Shavasana is the name of the pose. And we use this pose to rest our bodies and our mind and perhaps get into a meditative state or a pre-meditative state to get rid of the mind chatter. So as you relax, focus on your breath. Slow down your breathing. Take a mental body scan. Release any areas of tension. Make sure you soften your belly, soften your chest. Relax your neck and your shoulders. Release your jaw. Unstick your tongue, unstick your lips. Relax your cheeks and your eyes and your forehead. Now please relax your mind. Let your thoughts float by like fluffy white clouds and enjoy a few moments of inner bliss and solitude. Please bring your awareness back to your breath and slowly deepen your breathing as you gently wake up your body, making small movements with your hands and your feet. And then please bend your knees and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And now, please, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Namaste.